Hi, it's Katrina. Mysterious ice creatures. A team of polar scientists with the British Antarctic Survey found a rock on the seafloor teeming with strange, almost extraterrestrial life. The team attached a camera to the end of a long instrument and lowered it into a drill hole. The only way they could reach the ocean floor was to drill the hole through the ice shelf. They lowered the camera all the way through to the bottom and were shocked to discover several previously unknown species. Not only that, but each new species was attached to the same large boulder. They were animals like sea sponges living in total darkness in sub-zero temperatures. Almost no animals have ever been witnessed in such inhospitable conditions. This may not seem super exciting. After all, we're not dealing with new sharks or something visually striking. But this is interesting for scientists because it proves life forms can live pretty much anywhere. These creatures should realistically be frozen and dead, and yet they've attached themselves to rocks and filter feed from other almost microscopic critters moving through the water column. Researchers don't know exactly what the animals are yet, but they are working to find out. Antarctic Octopus. The Antarctic octopus is another animal with strange blood. It seems there might be many things that live in the frigid waters of Antarctica that have some kind of genetic mutation involving their blood. That level of cold will do things to a living creature. The ice fish may have a white heart, but the Antarctic octopus has blue blood. According to Live Science, the octopus is able to survive in the freezing temperatures because it has a special blue pigment in its blood. The temperatures surrounding Antarctica are somewhere between 28.8 and 35.6 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very hard to transport oxygen through the body in these temperatures. In order to cope, the weird Antarctic octopus uses hemocyanin, a special protein that makes its blood turn blue and keeps its body from freezing. But this little octopus isn't restricted to cold waters. Even when the temperature rises to a warm 50 degrees Fahrenheit, the Antarctic octopus still thrives. Because of its special blood, it has access to far more oxygen than other animals, suggesting it has a better chance of surviving global warming than most of the other fish found in Antarctica. Additionally, this tiny octopus, like many others, is venomous. It has special venom that works even in the freezing temperature, allowing it to hunt and poison creatures no matter how cold it gets. The venom is so unique that there have been recent expeditions to Antarctica just to capture and study more of these octopuses, in the hope of learning more about their special venom and how it can treat medical conditions in the human world. Translucent Mud Blob. 10,000 feet beneath the ice, scientists in Antarctica made a shocking discovery. It was in the Southern Ocean on the research vessel the RV Tangaroa that an international team of researchers scanned the seabed using state-of-the-art technology to capture images of the abyssal plain, an area of the ocean about as deep as the Swiss Alps are high. It's an area without a lot of life, but scientists were keen to see what they could find anyway. So they used special equipment to trawl the bottom of the sea here. That means they basically took a net and dragged it along the sea floor at a depth of 10,000 feet. It took about 6 hours to complete the sweep, at which point the scientists got their reward. They had managed to scoop up 10 buckets of mud and a single fish. The fish was actually more of a blob. It was a mucky, gooey, translucent mud blob. It probably looked very different in its home environment under so much pressure, but up on the surface, it was a mere shadow of its real self. According to marine biologist Karine Schnabel with the National Institute of Water and Atmospheric Research in New Zealand, the creature is completely unknown. Nobody knows how many are hiding in the mud at such a depth, or how common the creature might be. Nobody has ever seen anything like it before. As far as the experts can tell, the creature might be some kind of sea cucumber, but it's just impossible to say without more specimens and investigations. Frozen town. Satellite images have revealed what appears to be a mysterious town hidden in Antarctica, buried under the rapidly thawing ice. The discovery was made by an unnamed paranormal investigator and conspiracy theorist. The site in question is about a mile long, with what have been described as sinister structures arranged in such a way to make them look like houses in a neighborhood. Oddly enough, each indiscernible structure is uniform. They all look identical, which is not something that happens very often in nature. It's also a bit odd that the nearest research facility is over 200 miles away. There should not be any man-made buildings in this part of the continent. These satellite images do seem to show something man-made, but is it really a hidden town? Some have suggested that these uniform structures, all lying neatly in a row, could be special nuclear bunkers built by the elite members of society to keep themselves alive when the end of the world comes. Another weird theory is that these structures are actually landing pads left behind by aliens. Nobody has any idea what they really are, but we do know that they first began to appear in 2001, as the ice started melting faster than ever before. Whoever built them must have done so a long time ago. Missing ship. The discovery of what seems to be a missing ship has sparked a whole new batch of crazy Antarctica conspiracy theories. A user on Google Earth spotted something that looks exactly like a cruise ship lying on its side on a block of ice, about 100 miles from the mainland of Antarctica. It's sitting on an ice sheet and seems to be covered in a light blanket of snow. What's really wild is that based on the Google Earth measurements, the ship is about 400 feet long. You can clearly see its hull, its smokestacks, and even the upper deck. It looks exactly like a cruise liner. But what is it doing sideways on an iceberg in the middle of the ocean? Some say cover-up, some say Nazis, and some say aliens. This obviously looks like a boat. If it's an accident of nature, it's one crazy coincidence. It could be a yacht that got lost at sea, it could be a decommissioned ocean liner, or it could even be a forgotten cruise ship. It's not that far-fetched to think a ship floated all the way to Antarctica and got stuck in the ice. It's not impossible. However, the conspiracy theories are out of control. Some say the ship belonged to a politician and is direct proof that powerful world leaders are doing something on Antarctica that they don't want us to know about. Some even say the boat was left behind by the Nazis when they built a secret base back in World War II. The end of the world. According to some people, Antarctica is where the world ends. Flat Earth conspiracy theorists have apparently gotten together and decided that they will embark on their very own expedition to Antarctica to prove once and for all, despite all the evidence against it, that the world is indeed flat and that it ends just after Antarctica. However, the people who have organized this bizarre expedition said they don't have any plans to do it soon. They have instead chartered a cruise ship to take them into much warmer waters, where Flat Earth believers can meet, network, and talk about how flat the Earth is. The trip to Antarctica is supposed to come later, though skeptics say the Flat Earth enthusiasts are scared of being proven wrong and will probably never actually get on the boat when the time comes. Why not just do it now? Cruise to Antarctica to the end of the world would be fun anyway, right? Sort of like Journey to the Center of the Earth or Around the World in 80 days. But what makes these people believe Antarctica is the end of the Earth? According to Robbie Davidson, the guy in charge of organizing the cruise, if you take a globe and squish it, Antarctica will go all the way around the planet. This is the basis of their beliefs. But hold on to your socks because it gets even stranger. These people also believe that Antarctica is basically an icy shore, but not one that you can peek over. They don't believe anything is able to fall off the edge of the Earth because they actually believe the Earth is inside of a snow globe, along with the sun and the moon and the stars. Fun! Cosmic particles. There are strange particles flying out of the frozen ground in Antarctica, and physicists don't know what is going on. Physicists claim that there are cosmic rays blasting through the ice and snow of Antarctica. These cosmic rays begin somewhere out in space, blast into the Earth, and then come out the other side. In other words, there is some kind of mysterious cosmic energy source perforating the Earth and coming out through Antarctica. The big issue with this is that according to scientists who use the standard model of particle physics, the particular particles that make up this cosmic ray should not have the ability to perforate the Earth. Only neutrinos with very low energy can pierce miles of rock. The neutrinos scientists have detected in Antarctica are high energy and should never be able to make it directly through the Earth. This has become a bit of a confusing secret down in Antarctica. Researchers first learned of the perforating particles in 2016 when the NASA Antarctic Impulsive Transient Antenna picked them up. This antenna was designed to detect cosmic rays from space. So NASA was obviously alarmed when the rays seemed to be coming from the opposite direction. There are a few theories, of course, but none of them have been confirmed. Scientists believe it could be some kind of dark matter distributed inside the planet. They say it could be sterile neutrinos, and some even say the energy could be coming from an alternate dimension. Noises from the snow. Something strange is going on in the Canadian Arctic. On the opposite side of Antarctica, there have been weird sounds coming out of the ice. Near the small hamlet of Igloolik in the Canadian territory of Nunavut, Hunters have reported hearing hums and pings and even beeps coming out of the ice. They say the noise has become such a problem that it's now scaring away the animals and preventing them from being able to hunt. The local government was forced to step in and figure out what these creepy sounds are. So the Canadian military sent a specialized CP-140 Aurora aircraft to do surveillance of the area. According to a spokesman for the Department of National Defense, the crew of the aircraft searched using acoustics and a variety of other sensors, but did not detect any anomalies, either on the surface or the subsurface. However, the crew did spot 2 pods of whales and a small collection of walruses in the area, which they said could be the source of the noise. But the locals aren't buying it. They know what they sound like. They are used to walruses and whales since they have been there and interacted with these animals for a long, long time. The native people are much more in tune with nature than the Aurora aircraft. Instead, theories have been bouncing around about UFOs operating beneath the ice or even underwater. Others are certain there are Russian submarines hiding in Canadian waters. The National Post reported that it could be ice rubbing together that's causing the sound, based on a U.S. scientist working on a project to see how melting sea ice affects acoustics. What do you think it is? Let me know in the comments below. Secret underground cave. An unexplored cave was recently discovered thanks to Google Maps in Antarctica. The entrance to the cave is on a small island, with those who found the magnificent portal saying it could be anything from a secret military base to an entrance that leads deep into the heart of the planet. As far as we know, the cave appeared very suddenly back in 2007, before vanishing just 6 months later, as if Google scrubbed the cave entrance off the map. It literally just vanished, which was pretty shocking since nothing else in the area changed. Additionally, an unusual structure could be seen leading to the cave, looking a lot like a series of steps. If the cave really does have steps leading to it, it must have been built by human hands. The entrance itself, when it was still viewable on Google Earth, looked to be big enough to fit a space shuttle inside of, suggesting it could have been used as some sort of bunker. Unfortunately, like just about everything found in Antarctica using satellite images, there is no way to confirm any theories unless somebody goes down there and takes pictures of the cave themselves. The biggest mystery here is why it vanished from the satellite images so quickly, unless someone important was trying to cover it up. Secret base. Speaking of secret bases, something else was found on Antarctica using Google Earth that has sparked a wild theory. Somebody believes that they have found a secret base hidden on the icy continent. Using Google Earth, this individual discovered an air vent sticking out from what looks like a block of metal in a no-fly zone. They measured the structure using the tools on Google Earth and came to the conclusion that the base is 150 feet wide. It also has a black opening that seems to be man-made. The snow is darker around the base than in the surrounding area, implying some kind of heat transfer. The conspiracy theory here is that beneath the ice, someone has created a secret base. Though who that someone is, well, nobody can say for sure. The primary theory is aliens, though the truth is that anyone and any big government probably could have built a secret base here. After all, the United States tried to build an underground nuclear facility in the Greenland ice back during the Cold War, and nobody knew about that. Hitler was rumored to be obsessed with trying to conquer Antarctica, and there has been a race to control the icy continent for a long time. It wouldn't be that hard to build a base in Antarctica. Perhaps the question isn't who built it, but what is it being used for? Thanks for watching! What's your favorite mystery from Antarctica? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye!